EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the desert Southwest, Glendale, Arizona, and State Farm Stadium. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the Atlanta Falcons and the Arizona Cardinals. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Here we go.
They're on 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Logan. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, the Falcons will call on Matt Bosher to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Watch one. Rabbit. So Mike's number one. I'm coming for you. You mine. Mike one. Hey.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. That's good for a 1st down. Here's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch of the playoffs. Murray now on 1st down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
But when you're going up against a talented receiver like that, you just know that they're going to bring more people to him, right? They're going to double cover him every chance they get.
I think that is what we're going to see all game long. An early taste of that double, maybe even sometimes triple coverage we might see.
Yeah, I think what they're counting on, his talent to sometimes beat that double coverage.
We got three, fellas. We got one. Let's go, 37's the Mike. Mike 37.
Throwing is Murray on third down. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Tack McKinley in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to fourth down. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. This is taken at the 15. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
No catches for him in the wild card win last week, but he's got a first quarter grab here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Sponge. Check 99.
They'll try the left side. Logan. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. On 2nd down now. It's Logan. And this play a lot like the previous one. Thanks to that stout Cardinal defense. Back-to-back, they've been tackled behind the line.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
A pair of negative running plays, and now they're looking up at a 3rd down at 17 to go.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
From the gun, here's Brissett. Gets it off to Freeman. And Freeman lost the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Mike, two. Watch two.
Following that fumble recovery, it's Murray. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Now Murray. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Murray with a 3rd and long. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
Here's Tressway now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is taken at about the 14. A big-time return there, 40 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive, as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll run on 1st down. Logan. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On 2nd down, it's Logan. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. They will come up on a 1st and 5 following the encroachment penalty. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. T.J. Logan, 26 yards, as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Oliver with the INT. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Here's Bryant for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 29-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. On second down now, it's Johnson. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Foreseeing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
To throw on third down, Murray. And that is incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. A minute 52 to play until halftime. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very... Now the ball comes loose.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, it's Logan. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Better ball security, but not much else to show for it.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
On third down, Brissett. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So the first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Here we go. Here we go. Deuce, 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 deuce. Check safety, check safety.
After the turnover, here's Murray. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on second and inches. Throwing now is Murray. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. And Isabella there to make the grab, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. And a lot of football, full half to be played.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Logan. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me. At 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. Hey, 58 is the mic. 58 is the mic. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 58, boys. 58. 58.
They'll try to throw now. Brissett. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Falcons. DJ Chark in the final seconds of the first half. And the Falcons push further out in front. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they've expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7. At the Falcons' 46-yard line.
On 2nd and 7, Murray, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Bryant now to tack on the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
9 yards to go.
Let's go now. Touchdown. Here we go. Here we go. Run for money.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 32-yard line.
43 is the mic. Cut. Watch the twist. Check 26, check 26. 22, check, cover. 22, check.
Off the play fake, here's Brissett. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to, and that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 45 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
This was boxing. You think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play, showing they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Murray again, 2nd and 10. That ball complete to Isabella, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up.
He's got it at the 15. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. First down, Murray. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now that turnover might just about do it. Here, 4th quarter, the lead that you've got, they can just run the football, run the clock.
Exactly right. They played smart, couple of first downs, and this one should just about be over.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former 2nd rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
He finds an opening past the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
And that's a good run, and I know he went out of bounds, so we could nitpick a little bit here and get on him and say, hey, make sure you stay in bounds, keep the clock running. But this stage of the game, Brandon, that's not really uppermost in his mind. He just wants to take care of the football and gain yardage.
Yeah, and they have a little bit of comfort there with it not just being a one-score game, so not too nitpicky.
Go. Go. 57. So don't say nothing. 57 is the mic. Rock 57. Hands, yeah. 65. Hey, check Mike 54.
A first down throw for Brissett. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught, and he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. DJ Chark, his second touchdown of the night, as his guys continue to pour it on. Well, after their wild card round game last week, you and I said, wow, they played pretty well. Maybe they got a shot at keeping this one close. They've done more than keep this one close.
Yeah, they've made quite a statement, haven't they? And I don't know if it was the week off that hurt this defense, but they've been flat from the get-go, and that's always a coach's fear. Okay, you earn the open week, but you wonder how they'll respond with that extra time off.
And it seems like they've been running uphill all game. Bryant's extra point up and good, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, it's Bosher to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. And this is going to be back-to-back tackles for a loss here as the Falcons defense yet again drops him behind the line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
You call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Second down at the 24-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Logan takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Falcons on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. They'll try the left side. It's Logan, and they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought up a punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
So the Cardinals, they've got the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Murray going to throw. And Daniels has it over the middle. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Keanu Neal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 22-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go, D. Big series right here, so we got to step it up. Shift. Go. 43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check, 43.
They'll keep it on the ground. Logan. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just